the fact Miami was even in this game with that abysmal of quarterback play, which is the most important position on the field, should go to tell you how great this Miami team is. Tommy! 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 Oh my gosh, holy schmoly. Oh, ravioli. He just threw a dot. Well, it looks like we're going to have two upsets. I told you on the preview. I hate to sit up here. I guess it's what these videos are. When I'm right, I sit up here and say, I told you so. When I'm wrong, you tell me in the comments, Matt, you big dummy, I told you so. But I'm not even talking about the game itself. We're about to get to that in just a second. Hold on, before we go any farther. Louisville, great win on the road. I mean, you beat what many thought was the #1 team in the nation. Not me. That was always the Louisville, Ohio State Buckeyes. You got to respect the Bucks. But I definitely thought Miami was #2. Whew, what a win. We'll get to that in just a second. But what I was talking about was in the preview. I know a bunch of y'all don't watch the previews and whatnot, the predictions. Not a big deal. But for those of you that did, or maybe you're watching this video, go back and just skim through it. I don't know exactly where I said it, but I told y'all. When did we make that? It was either on Wednesday or Thursday. You'll see it. It's the Week 8 preview. It's MattBeGreat's entire Week 8 preview. At the beginning of that video, I talked about the Friday night games. Miami, Louisville. I'm going to have to turn this down as Ravioli gets sacked. Yeah, this game's over. The Patrick Mahomes wannabe looks like this one is a dunzo's for you, buddy. He's a good quarterback, but turn that down a little bit so I can lock in focus on this Miami game. Turn down a little bit more. Sorry, guys. We'll leave this in the video. You already know your boy Matt's best editor on the planet. I told you in the preview, do not make plans for your Friday night. Don't do it. You'll come back Saturday morning and say, you know what? I'm so glad Matt Be Great told me not to make plans. I'm so glad I didn't go to some stupid pumpkin patch or a haunted house with my girlfriend or her friends, or family members, stuff like that. I'm so glad I didn't go to a high school football game or wherever. I'm so glad that my boy MBG told me to stay home because I got to see one of the best games in all of college football this year. You got to see one of the best upsets, maybe of this entire season. Beating the #2 team on the road, it's probably not going to get too much better than that. So if you're anything like myself, you got to see this game from start to finish, you know it was a great one. And Minnesota, they're about to beat Nebraska. It's been a good night, and this game's not even over yet. We got to clap it up for that. Love to see some great football. Love to see upsets. Now, getting on with the game itself, I'm not going to sit up here and act like I picked Louisville to win this game because it's Louisville. Probably should have when you look at Brahms' history. Now he 4-2 against top 5 or top 10 teams. That's some absurd stat. That is crazy. Anybody that wins half of their games against the top 5 or top 10, it's insane. He's 4-2. I could be wrong. There's some bizarre stat line like that. Shout out to Louisville's head coach. Oh, man, we got a lot to talk about in this game. But you know what the main topic is. Timmy! A.K.A. Carson Bay. We call him Timmy because, you know, he looks like Timmy from South Park. It's all fun and games and whatnot. I'm sure he's a good dude. It's just jokes like y'all joke on me. Whew. Oh, man, oh, man. There's something about these Friday night games. Didn't we see it? Wait a minute. Who played last Friday night? I feel like we saw an upset last Friday night. I don't know. But we saw Florida State. They lost to Virginia. Just something about them, man. First things first, I got to start by saying this. Miami has the worst home field advantage. I was thinking about tweeting this out. I didn't do it. By the way, if you want to interact with us during the games, I tweet all around and we have a good time over there. Shout out to the Twitter community. Greatly appreciate you guys. Oh, yeah, by the way, speaking of the Twitter community, I want to read this off word for word. I'll actually show it to you guys. Let me clip up here. Mic up, Matt. There we go. Yeah, somebody said, Mr. Wall. Shout out to Mr. Wall if you're seeing this. He said, you thought you had an easy night, Matt? Let's see that reaction video. And I just responded with that. I mean, that was my face reading the tweet pretty much. And that guy was right. I did think I had an easy night. I was waiting for the game to be over. I was going to go to the gym, but obviously, I mean, we got to make a reaction video talking about this game. Whew. And then we'll render it, get it uploaded for you guys, and then we'll go to the gym. It's going to be a late one, but anything for the content. Look, your boy Matt's a fan of the people. I'm going to give the people what they want. It's as simple as that. Let's lock in. Let's get down to business. Let's talk about this game. Like I was just saying, Miami has to have the worst home field advantage of all time. I was watching the kickoff. I didn't miss a single second of this game. And it was not just like 3 to 4. I mean, it was rows. You're talking about 9 to 10, 11 rows down by the field right at kickoff, and nobody's sitting in them. Where are the fans at? I get it. It's Friday night. It's Miami. People are doing crazy stuff over there. It's not like, excuse me, I was wanting to burp. It's not like Alabama where there's not much to do outside of football. I get it. But man, serious question. Does Miami have the worst home field advantage in the Power 4? Saying they have the worst home field advantage in the entire country, that's ridiculous because it's better than some of the non-Power 5s. I mean, have you seen like Toledo in Ohio on Wednesday night? There's like 100 people there. It's slightly better than that. But when it comes to the Power 4, they got to have the worst home field advantage. Different conversation, different video for a different day. Because Miami, they even had to take a bus to their home game. So we'll cross that. Like, that is a completely different video. Like, that could be a 20-minute video by itself. As far as it goes for a game itself, Timmy Beck, not one. We got to write this down, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. What was the last stat? Stockton and Arnold. I don't even remember writing down these stats. Timmy Beck had not one. Not two, not three, but count on 4. Almost. Actually, he should have had a 5-er. 4 interceptions. Timmy Beck, my brother in Christ. 0 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. You know what? I'm going to clap it up to him. Oh, sorry. Mic was messed up. Sorry if it sounded weird. There we go. Wait. Hold on. Your boy Matt isn't just a CEO. I'm the director of productions around here. We don't have some fancy crew. It's just a one-man show. No, I'm about to throw this into a wall. Why is this not clipping right? All right. If it sounds fuzzy, sorry. Last try. All right, cool. If it sounds fuzzy, I apologize. We're leaving that in the video. Let's go over these interceptions. These were also incredible picks. These were difficult catches even for a wide receiver. The first pick of the game was a bomb. He heaved up what we call an arm punt. I don't know. Was that on second down? I think it was either on first or second down. It was an outstanding play. I can overlook that one. It wasn't like he hit the guy in the chest, the defender. He made a great play. The second one, the double move, also not as bad as you think because he saw the defender there. He threw it up. We call those 50-50 balls. And most people actually view them as like, for example, Tennessee, Josh Heupel, they call them 80-20 balls. A lot of good things can happen when you heave one up to your best wide receiver, one of your best wide receivers. He's either going to catch it, draw pass interference if it's underthrown. The chances of a guy picking it off when he's one-on-one with him, slim to none. At least that's how coaches and quarterbacks view it. Well, I'm just going to hold the mic. In this case and scenario, that wasn't the case. Now, was it? He made an incredible play. The first 2 picks, incredible interceptions. Great ball skills from the defensive backs. The third interception, let's talk about this. The roughing the passer that got called back. Nobody's going to talk about it. Everyone's going to forget about it in 2 weeks from now. But if Miami would have won this game, it really didn't matter too much because here's the thing. Carson Beck throws an interception and gets called back for roughing the passer. That's one of the worst roughing the passer calls of all time. I've seen it at the collegiate level. They are extremely bad in the NFL. I'll say this. The one area where the college refs are barely better than the NFL refs, roughing the passer. You can't even sniff Patrick Mahomes or it's a 15-yard penalty. In college, they'll let you hit the quarterbacks a little bit. But that one, he already was holding on to Carson Beck right as he was throwing the ball, and he just tackled him. It wasn't aggressive at the head, roughing the passer. So, Timmy, you got lucky there. They called that one back. But what do you know? After they call that one back on the same drive, he throws interceptions. There's numero 3-0. And then on the very next play, it's 24-13 with 17 minutes. 24-13 with 7. There we go, my apologies. 7 minutes to go. The running back who had a phenomenal night, I felt bad for him, but they would have lost because he was dropping his head. They wound up, I guess you would say, benching him, but they just subbed him out for the other more reliable running back, at least in the coach's eyes. He fumbled it. Miami, they get all the momentum in the world. They get the 2-point conversion. Malachi Toney, oh my gosh, we got to clap it up to him. You know how good you got to play for us to be clapping it up to a losing opponent and player? Good gosh almighty. We'll get to him in just a second. Let me go back over all these interceptions and whatnot. There's so many. It could be a video entirely by itself. So Miami, they cut it to 3. Louisville gets the ball back. They get a stop, and Miami's going down the field. And as we know, to end the game, they're right. Yeah, it was right when they got in field goal range. They call a timeout. And the running back actually fumbled on that play before they called a timeout. He got lucky to get it back. Ball gets tipped, but still, the guy had a beat on it. Carson Beck throws his 4th interception. That was the really bad one. Even if it doesn't get tipped, it's probably intercepted, or it wasn't that great of a pass. It would have got 1 yard. The guy was running right at him. 4 INTs. And they weren't fluky ones. Like, they were all, it's not like 2 of them were tipped by the defensive line. His wide receivers dropped them, kicked it up, and the defender caught it. Sometimes you can look at the box score and see a quarterback has 3 interceptions, and really only 1 of those are his fault, or maybe none of them. No, all 4 were Carson Beck's fault. And Carson Beck, it's so rare to say this. I don't know if I've ever said this, but he is the only reason Miami lost this game. I'm being dead serious. If you had a quarterback that just didn't throw the other team the ball, Miami wins this game easily. Their defense was phenomenal tonight. You know what all 4 of those interceptions, Louisville didn't score a single point off of them? It's miraculous. The defense held up strong. They did their part. Malachi Toney, just give him the ball and get out of the way. Heck, I'm starting to think you might as well just put Malachi Toney at quarterback, let him run it, throw it, do some RPOs. You probably would have won the game doing it that way. I know I'm joking and whatnot a little bit, but I'm also being kind of serious. You just got to take care of the ball, man. Especially at the end of the game. 4 interceptions. Here's what's scary, right? The fact Miami was even in this game with that abysmal of quarterback play, which is the most important position on the field, should go to tell you how great this Miami team is. I'm standing 10 toes down on this. Miami is still a great football team. They were in the game with the good Louisville team. Louisville's good, give them some credit. With some of the worst quarterback play you're ever going to see. 4 interceptions. The team itself, or themselves, couldn't have done too much more. C.J. Daniels did his thing. Defense was good, like I said. It's just interceptions. And I hate to just point at one guy, but that's the reality of the situation. That's all there is to be said there. What am I missing? Well, it seems like this video's come to an abrupt ending. I'll show y'all this. Well, I'm trying to think of what else we need to talk about. 21-6, Minnesota. I'm not doing a reaction video of this game because who cares? It's ravioli in Nebraska. They're irrelevant. Don't act like they're not irrelevant because Penn State is taking the irrelevant throne. Nebraska's been irrelevant. I were calling Nebraska irrelevant before Penn State, so let's just get that straight. Should I even write down the stats? Do y'all even want to see those? All right, we'll write down the stats. I know y'all like that. I'll be back in a second. All righty, there we go. We'll look at the team stats as well. I don't even know why I was thinking about not writing down the stats. I like looking at them myself. Miller Moss. Oh, yeah, you can see that pretty good on the night. He wasn't anything special. Heck, O'Brien was chewing his butt out a couple of times. I hope some of y'all paid attention to that, but did make some nice throws. Had that key third down at the end of the game. 23 for 37, 248 yards, 2 tutties, 0 INTs. Here's the thing. I don't even think Miller Moss played that great. He played okay. If I had a grade him on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give him a 6. But here is why it was so good for Louisville. He took care of the ball. As long as you're not throwing it to the other team, and granted, there were a couple throws that were almost picked off, but they weren't picked off, you're going to be chilling. You're going to have a chance to win. Miller Moss gave his chance to win, and that's all you can ask for if you're Louisville's head coach. Carson Beck, as we know, when he's not throwing it to the other team, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the nation. I know that's hard to believe, but let's not act brand new. He has 1 to 2 of these games every single year. I don't know what happened after 2023, but it's been downhill. Last year, he had 12 or 13 interceptions. Without looking it up, I know that to be a fact. This year, how many does he have? Hey, that's 4 in one game. I think he may be up to, what is he up to, 7 on the year now? Yeah, I think he had 3, so yeah, 3 plus 4, 7. 7, he's on pace for 12, 13, 14 more this year. He just makes some questionable throws. It's tough, man. We'll have to do a film breakdown on him. I'm not going to harp on it too much. You get the point. He had 4 INTs. It was a bad performance. Let's pull up the team stats, shall we? Louisville had 21 first downs. Miami only had 15. Third downs were even. Louisville was 5 for 14. Miami was 5 for 12. Fourth down, total yard. Dang, it was a really even ball game. Louisville had 367 total yards. Miami had 334. Rushing, Miami only had 63. Louisville, yeah, they were better running the ball. And, of course, Louisville had the 1 turnover, the fumble, which resulted in 8 points because of the 2-point conversion. Miami had 4, which resulted in 0 points. Great defense from Miami. Really even man, this is one of the more even box scores and stat sheets I've ever looked at, yeah. Great game all around, but I'm going to end off the video at this. Don't want to make it a super long one. I got a busy night on my hands. We got an early morning. I get up at like 5:30 on Saturdays. Just watching film, preparing for these games and whatnot, just getting ready for the day. Do not write off Miami. Don't be one of these people and goes, woo, Matt, they lost. I told you Miami's overrated. No, man, it's different this year. This isn't the Miami of last year. This is one of the best teams in the country. I know that's not something you hear a lot when a team loses, but this is more about just Carson Beck having one of the worst showings you're going to see at the quarterback position. I would be pretty confident if I were a Miami fan. I'm going to go back to this. The fact you were even in this game, it says a lot about your team. Malachi Toney, C.J. Daniels, the wide receiver core is unreal. The defense, unreal, man. Unreal. Your quarterback gives other team 4 INTs, and you hold them to 24. Yeah, they gave up some explosive plays, but that's because Louisville's got some good players. And still, they only had 24 points. It's not like they put up a 50 burger on you. There's many more things I could say. I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know. I'll sleep on it. This is the immediate reaction. I think that's why you like these videos. They're chaotic. I'm all over the place. You don't have the best thoughts, but they're the immediate thoughts. I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts on this game down below. But